Dunn is going to prison for a long time after being convicted of attempted murder. But the jury in the so-called loud music trial could not reach a verdict on the most serious charge, first-degree murder. A mistrial was declared on that count of first degree for killing Jordan Davis. And on the phone with us right now, our own Nancy Grace. Nancy, thanks so much for getting up early on a Sunday to join us. It's so good to have you. I know I heard you last night. You were surprised by this verdict. Any guess? I'm curious to see what you think went on in that jury room.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, I was surprised because to me the evidence was cut and dried. Jordan Davis did not have a gun. In fact, at the end of his police questioning, Michael Dunn even admitted he may have imagined seeing a gun. The gun was non-existent. Therefore, there was no self-defense. I've been analyzing it. I don't really fault the jury because they really gave it their all. As late as Friday night, they were saying we're hung up on one count. We've got a verdict on the other 4 counts. What does that mean? So that means they spent the entire day, starting early on Saturday, just struggling with the murder charge, count 1. What does this mean? This means under Florida law, when you commit a crime with a gun, very often you have to serve consecutive sentences. The minimum on these charges is 20, which would mean 20 plus 20 plus 20, and 15 for firing a weapon into a car. He's got a life sentence. He is looking at least 75 years, maybe more. He's 47 now. So he's going to go to jail for essentially life. I still think there should be a murder trial specifically for Jordan Davis.
Yeah, and you know, the state of Florida has said they are going to retry that first-degree murder charge. And for Jordan Davis's family, I mean, do you feel like justice was served, even though, as you said, this is essentially a life sentence?
Well, you got to look at it from 2 different perspectives. A lot of court watchers will say he's going to get at least 60 years. He'll die behind bars because they don't have day for day there. He's not going to get out on parole according to legal sources. Why retry him on a charge that he'll never do? I mean, you can't make a dead man stay in jail, right? Wrong. If you've ever been a crime victim like I have, a tangential victim of murder, then you want a verdict for your loved ones. You want justice. They want justice for Jordan Davis. They don't want to go to their grave saying, you know what, his case was never retried. There was never a sentence in Jordan's case.
And, you know, Nancy, you brought something up last night that I thought was interesting. You said if roles were reversed and this was an African-American man shooting and killing a white middle-aged software developer, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. This would be open and shut case. Do you think that retrial is important because of the conversation that needs to be had about this particular case?
Well, I agree with you. A conversation and more needs to be had about that. And, yes, I did say it. And I'll say it again. If a black youth had gunned down a white 47, 45-year-old software creator, oh, yeah, it'd be over. It wouldn't even be in the news because it would be over with a guilty plea or a trial. There wouldn't even be a question what happened. But the roles aren't reversed, so it's a big drama. Do I think it deserves a conversation? I think regardless, black, white, green, purple, it requires a retrial.
Nancy Grace there for us. Nancy, thank you so much for being with us here on a Sunday. We really appreciate it. You take care.
Listen, and another thing, you know, God works in very mysterious ways, you know? So I would rather have a retrial on the murder charge than for them to come back with a lesser offense on Jordan Davis, because I want the truth, a true verdict on Jordan Davis. And maybe this is the way for that to happen.
That's a great point there, Nancy. Thank you.